We are stronger together.
We push our teams to excel.
In the classroom,
On the court,
in the community,
together we are committed and uplifting.
strong and authentic.
We are building the next generation.
A generation with integrity.
And we are doing it our way.
Supporting one another,
Working towards the same vision,
Stronger together.
This is the CUSA way.
Hey Panther fans, please join us March 13th through the 16th as the CUSA basketball tournament heads back to Frisco, Texas. It's an unbelievable event, both inside and outside the arena. Please come and join us and cheer us on.
We're a university founded on the side of an airport, reaching new heights. It's in our DNA. And since then, we've dedicated ourselves to solving the big problems facing our community and the world. We believe that crazy startup idea isn't so crazy, that families without health care shouldn't have to go it alone. We believe we can be better prepared for the next hurricane, and that our coral reefs can be saved. And that's because, above all else, we believe in you.
Hey Panther fans, please join us March 13th through the 16th as the CUSA basketball tournament heads back to Frisco, Texas. It's an unbelievable event, both inside and outside the arena. Please come and join us and cheer us on.
We are stronger together.
we push our teams to excel.
In the classroom,
on the court,
In the community,
together we are committed and uplifting.
Strong and authentic.
We are building the next generation.
a generation with integrity.
and we're doing it our way.
Supporting one another. Working towards the same vision.
Stronger together.
This is the CUSA way.
Campus of FIU and other installments of Panther Talk Live. This cut B-roll looks tremendous, but in reality, a rainy Monday in South Florida, but this is Miami, so in a couple of minutes, it will be perfect once again. Glad to have you with us on Panther Talk. A loaded edition here this morning. We've got swim and dive, we've got track and field, and we've got baseball as it's opening day coming up this Friday against Stony Brook. And a number of head coaches this morning, starting off with swim and dive, who is preparing for the Conference USA Championships. Glad to have you with us on Facebook Live this morning. I'm AJ Ricketts. That's Randy Horner in his 8th season at the helm of the swim program. Also a 5-time CUSA Coach of the Year. Coach, just finished off the regular season, another dual meet victory, but exciting time of year for you guys, gearing up for another conference championship run, but a great regular season for you guys.
Thank you very much. Yep.
Dual meet wins against FGCU, FAU, and a lot of success throughout the regular season. What's your analysis of how the past couple of meets have gone?
Yeah, the end of the season's shaped up well. You know, we've done well. It's really all about the end of the season and pointing things towards the direction of success of the conference championships and postseason with the NICs and NCAAs. But we like what we saw. You know, the girls are starting to come around. You know, we finish our training phase of the regular season, and it's all about getting the work done, seeing what we want to in competition. Those dual meets are more like preparation to get us where we want to be towards the end. Dual meet records are great, but it's more about training and being as fast as we can at the end of the season when it counts.
And you talk about executing at the end of the regular season and getting prepped for the conference championship. The most recent meets, you had Rachel Ford winning the 1-meter dive, and then Maguda on the platform. She had a successful finish to the regular season. How do you analyze their efforts and where they're at as they prepare?
Yeah, our diving program is awesome. Coach Rio Ramirez has done an amazing job with the divers. It's not just those two, 1 through 5. Yeah. Every one of our divers are amazing. Guda and Rachel have kind of taken care of, doing a lot of the winning and getting a lot of the Conference USA weekly honors and stuff like that. But, our group of divers is top class from 1 through 5, and that's a strength of our program.
Seen some footage of where a lot of it began here in the fall with some swim practices in the fall. If you don't know, FIU Swim and Dive, one of the most successful programs year in and year out here at FIU. Coach, 4 consecutive Conference USA Championships. And when you sensed the culture shift with each consecutive championship at the conference level from where you were when you started here in 2010. How's the culture day in and day out shifted in your 8 years here?
Yeah, it's actually my 9th season, but want to take advantage of every one of them we have. But it's been a huge shift from where we came in. Where the program started and where we are at right now, it's night and day. But it's a constant evolution, and it's a moving target. Winning our first championship and then staying hungry for our second, third, and fourth. And it's just a result of exactly what we do every day. Setting the standards, working for the right things and the right reasons, keeping our standards, in place and doing things the right way. And then the winning is a result of that.
I joined in 2010, and my math was off. I wear makeup and talk about sports. I can't do math. It's 9th season. I added that incorrectly. Sorry about that, Coach.
No problem.
Every team, every season, it's got a unique personality. It's not the same team. You have a lot of returners in each of these conference championship runs, but each team over the course of a year takes on a unique identity. What's been unique about this year's team and the journey to a 5th potential consecutive championship?
We've had real strong leadership. 2 young ladies as seniors, Naomi Ruele, one of our Olympians from the Rio Olympics, and she's a senior. And then OCM Peretti from France was our top distance swimmer. They're opposite ends of the spectrum as far as sprinter and distance swimmer, but they've done a great job with leadership and showing the way. And Naomi was actually here. This is her 5th year because she redshirted after a shoulder surgery her first year, so she's seen things through since our first championship and has a chance to see all 5 of them, even though this will be her 4th one to participate in.
She's experienced a tremendous amount of success here. It hasn't been too shabby a run as we look back on highlights of last year's conference championship. What a wonderful day, what a wonderful week, and what do you remember when you think back on this particular conference championship?
Last year was special in just the fact that, it's so easy to get complacent. After you've won a few in a row, everybody else, all the other teams are very hungry. So to see the team come out and execute and just put into practice what we do and what we talk about, throughout the entire season, and felt like they swam well, dove well, and executed, and it was kind of nice because we put it out of reach with the last day to go, and it's always kind of nice to have a little bit relaxed mentality on the last day.
That's an interesting storyline. It's human nature to become complacent after a great amount of success, 1, 2, 3, 4 straight seasons. Has that ever been a problem the last couple seasons after each ring?
Yeah, it's always a problem. It's something you have to address and work on, and human nature is like you said, so you have to fight that and battle that, find ways to keep the kids hungry, focused, realizing that it doesn't just happen. You got to work for it and you have to earn it each year. So it's definitely something that's been a challenge that we've embraced, and feel like we've done a good job, and hopefully we'll do that again this year.
All right, take us through the next couple upcoming weeks. You said 2 weeks from today you guys head up to Atlanta, so take us through the schedule. What's the routine right now for the group of ladies, and then you'll head up to Atlanta and try to make it 5 straight. Where do you go from here right now?
Yeah, so today we actually entered in our taper phase, so the ladies start to get a few more mornings off. The taper starts to take effect, a little bit less yardage and a little less volume in the pool. Start specializing in at a little bit more race pace, and tweaking some of the details that we don't get to when we're at our full volume of training. So, that's a very popular time with the ladies. They can't wait to get the taper, the light at the end of the tunnel. They're starting to rest a little bit. They'll go through a little bit of a downswing before they'll start to feel good, though, because the body starts to adapt. Yeah. Then on the diving side, they do really the opposite. They don't taper down. They really, ramp things up, and it's completely opposite to peak and get ready for not just conference championships, but the NCAA zones that they've all qualified for as well.
Well, I struggle in the pool. I really can't do anything, but I have a distance running background. I can tell you the taper time of the season is absolutely wonderful. Yeah. There's no better time of the season than the taper time. The championships are coming up. The workload gets lighter. I know they're certainly enjoying that.
Absolutely.
Coach, 4 straight conference championships, looking to make it 5. Thanks for joining us this morning, and best of luck up in Atlanta in a couple weeks.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's Randy Horner, 5-time CUSA Coach of the Year in his 9th season at FIU. Looking for another successful conclusion to the season. When we come back, Marvel Melendez, FIU Baseball, will join us here on PantherTalk.
All right, thanks.
Hey FIU Panther fans, please join us March 13th through the 16th as the Conference USA Basketball Tournament heads back to Frisco, Texas. It's a great event, both inside and outside the arena, so plan to be there and cheer us on.
We are stronger together.
We push our teams to excel.
In the classroom,
On the court,
in the community.
Together we are committed and uplifting.
Strong and authentic.
We are building the next generation.
A generation with integrity.
And we are doing it our way.
Supporting one another.
Working towards the same vision.
Stronger together.
This is the CUSA way.
Hey Panther fans, please join us March 13th through the 16th as the CUSA basketball tournament heads back to Frisco, Texas. It's an unbelievable event, both inside and outside the arena. Please come and join us and cheer us on.
We're a university founded on the side of an airport, reaching new heights. It's in our DNA. And since then, we've dedicated ourselves to solving the big problems facing our community and the world. We believe that crazy startup idea isn't so crazy, that families without health care shouldn't have to go it alone. We believe we can be better prepared for the next hurricane, and that our coral reefs can be saved. And that's because, above all else, we believe in you.
We are stronger together.
We push our teams to excel.
In the classroom,
On the court,
In the community,
together we are committed and uplifting.
Strong and authentic.
We are building the next generation.
A generation with integrity.
and we're doing it our way.
Supporting one another. Working towards the same vision.
Stronger together.
This is the CUSA way.
Welcome back. Always a beautiful day, wintertime in Miami. Maybe a little dreary outside right now. This is pre-recorded footage, but it'll look like this in a couple of minutes. It's Monday in South Florida. Panther Talk Live, presented by the Florida Lottery. Glad to have you with us. February 11th edition, and that means it's game week for FIU baseball. First pitch upcoming Friday. We can't wait. Glad to have you with us on Panther Talk. A.J. Ricketts alongside head ball coach Marvel Melendez, entering his third season at the helm of FIU. Coach, glad to have you with us. It's almost time to get underway. I know you're ready.
It is almost time. I think the whole team is ready, not just me. So exciting that we get to play somebody else. You know, we've been scrimmaging now for a while, and I think the guys are ready to go for this coming Friday.
About 1 million grounders have been taken in practice.
At least that.
It's the last time we suited up. A fascinating offseason. A number of guys had really productive summers, and we'll certainly talk about that. But just your anticipation level for this upcoming season. You've got a number of upperclassmen, not a lot of seniors, and we'll talk more about that, but a lot of highly regarded young players as well. Just take me through your excitement level for what's coming up starting on Friday.
Well, first of all, you never think that you're actually ready. Once Friday gets here, even though the anticipation is there, even though we're ready to go, mentally you're still thinking about whether, you have a few things that you need to iron out before we get there. But nevertheless, the excitement from the guys, you can see it this weekend. You can see the intensity building up. You can see how they took the scrimmages this weekend a little bit more serious than they did at the beginning, knowing that we are that close to season starting. So I'm excited for our guys. I'm excited for the group of players that we have. Yeah. They're ready not only physically but mentally, and I think our staff has done a great job getting them ready, and we'll see it this coming weekend.
Seeing footage right now from Scout Day. That was all the way back in the fall. I remember chatting with you after that, and what stood out was you said, when the lights were on and the scouts were out, a lot of these guys elevated their play, and that was great to see that they could perform when a little bit of pressure was on that they hadn't felt in quite some time. How do you feel these guys have progressed since fall ball and where they're at right now? You seen some progression and things that you've liked?
I think mentally is where you see the progression, where you see the maturity level from the teams that we've had here in the 2 years that we've been here to the team that we have this year. I believe that they are a little bit better now than they were last year. I believe that they have grown both mentally and physically, and I think that's going to help us go through the grind of a season. We have a long season. Baseball is very long, 56 games in the regular season, and then you add 4 or 5 more in conference play at the end of the tournament, and then you go beyond that. So it is a very long season. We know that it's not a sprint. We know that Friday is the start of our season, but by no means do we just need to be ready for Friday? We need to be ready for halfway through the season. We need to be ready for the end of the season as well.
Stony Brook coming to town, 7 p.m. First pitch this Friday. Man, we're fired up and ready to go. Let's take a look at the roster breakdown here. 17 true freshmen, 14 sophomores from 2 highly regarded recruiting classes. You do have a good number of upperclassmen, 13 juniors, and Lorenzo Hampton as the lone true senior. So the senior leadership is Zoe, but the guys that are coming into the program, I know you're excited to see what they can do.
I'm excited, but AJ, you see the gray hairs building up.
No, it's perfect.
They weren't here when we first got here 2.5 years ago, so that comes with a lot of freshmen, coming into the program. But you know what that's going to do, and that's going to build up the future of this of FIU baseball. Yeah. And we're excited about that. We do have a lot of freshmen, as you pointed out, but it is by design. We want to build it from the ground up. We don't want to get a lot of junior college guys and then see them here for a year or two because they're going to be good enough to sign professionally, and then you have to rebuild every single year. So our mentality, our mindset is to get them here early, get them young, build them up. There are some that are going to be tremendous players that won't have a lot of opportunity this year, but you'll see them in a year or two, and they're going to develop as great ball players, and some of them will be playing professional baseball.
I don't know, Merv. I see more freshmen than gray hairs right now for you, but we'll see.
Well, I appreciate that.
We'll see how long that lasts. We talk about the freshmen and the recruiting class. It's the topic I'm fascinated to chat with about. You look at, I'll use Perfect Game's rankings for this case. Look at the Perfect Game 19 rankings. FIU, the only school in the top 25 that's not a Power 5 program. Same with the 2018 rankings. Certainly in the 19, we'll see what the draft does in terms of influencing that. But in a lot, Perfect Game, D1 Baseball, Baseball America, and a lot of these recruiting rankings, our program, one of the only mid-major non-Power 5s, I will say. Coastal Carolina certainly up there in a couple of them, maybe Cal State Fullerton, but you've consistently proven to be in the top 25 of those rankings. What is your pitch? What is your philosophy when you're recruiting and trying to bring in these classes? Because it's been pretty successful thus far. How does FIU get its name in the top 25 there?
Well, first, you have to identify them. You have to identify the talented players. Florida is loaded with a lot of them. Second, you have to be able to pitch it to them. Our staff, led by our recruiting coordinator, Jared Goodwin, have done an amazing job identifying the players. Dax, of course, as our pitching coach and has a lot of experience at D1 level at the University of Alabama. They've done a great job, and I think that's the key. The key is to identify them, and in many occasions I've said just bring him, and I certainly go out as well and recruit a lot of players, which is not typical of a head coach, but I do help with that situation. But as Jared does, he identifies the talent, brings them to campus, and then we just close the deal when they get here.
Well, you've always recruited South Florida well, even from your time at Bethune-Cookman and Alabama State and Puerto Rico. So you found a way to really bring some of the best recruits from this area. And again, if you can recruit Florida well, I mean you're gonna be in decent shape, year in and year out. We're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna talk about the schedule, the summers of a number of players from last season, and we're gonna look at coaches' kicks. They're elites. They're great. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us.
Good time for me.
Hey FIU Panther fans, please join us March 13th through the 16th as the Conference USA Basketball Tournament heads back to Frisco, Texas. It's a great event, both inside and outside the arena, so plan to be there and cheer us on.
We are stronger together.
We push our teams to excel.
In the classroom,
On the court,
in the community,
Together, we are committed and uplifting.
strong and authentic.
we are building the next generation.
A generation with integrity.
And we are doing it our way.
Supporting one another.
Working towards the same vision.
Stronger together.
This is the CUSA way.
Hey Panther fans, please join us March 13th through the 16th as the CUSA basketball tournament heads back to Frisco, Texas. It's an unbelievable event, both inside and outside the arena. Please come and join us and cheer us on.
We're a university founded on the side of an airport, reaching new heights. It's in our DNA. And since then, we've dedicated ourselves to solving the big problems facing our community and the world. We believe that crazy startup idea isn't so crazy, that families without health care shouldn't have to go it alone. We believe we can be better prepared for the next hurricane, and that our coral reefs can be saved. And that's because, above all else, we believe in you.
We are stronger together.
We push our teams to excel.
In the classroom,
On the court,
In the community,
together we are committed and uplifting.
Strong and authentic.
We are building the next generation.
A generation with integrity.
and we're doing it our way.
Supporting one another. Working towards the same vision.
Stronger together.
This is the CUSA way.
Welcome back to campus, chatting FIU baseball. Panther Talk Live brought to you by the Florida Lottery, which has provided more than $500 million in scholarship support for students throughout its time. As a partnership, we invite you to follow the Florida Lottery on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, an official sponsor of Panther Talk Live at the Graham Center. Glad to have you with us. All right, let's take a look at, I know you've been dying to see this. Coach, you came in the Graham Center and immediately everyone's eyes shifted to the floor to see the kicks you were walking in here with. Amanda, get a zoom in on these kicks. Let's take a shot. Where did you get these? Adidas hooked you up here. These are elites. So,
Listen,
where can I find a pair?
That's part of the process. You know, we talk about a process. You got to look good to play good, right? You got to look good to coach good. So this is part of the apparel. You'll see this year how many pairs of shoes we're going to wear on the field. So I got a couple of them that we're gonna bring to the baseball field. So you'll want to stay tuned for that.
I need those to broadcast to the best of my ability. So
that's right. That's right.
Sure
that's right.
That complements the baby blue jersey.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the idea.
Yeah, that's awesome. AJ Ricketts, Merville Melendez, thanks for joining us. Panther Talk Live here at the Graham Center, rolling along. All right, let's talk about the schedule a little bit, especially the non-conference. I think you guys have set yourself up real well for a strong strength of schedule, RPI potentially, if you can get a couple of these. You got Florida State on the road, home and homes with FGCU, Miami as well, at Houston before that Rice series, which could be a great 4-game stretch, and then Texas Tech also on the docket as well. Stetson had a strong year last year. We'll play them. What's your philosophy in getting a couple more of these Power 5 road games, opportunities for the guys, Power 5 competition? What's the philosophy? What were you looking for as you looked at teams this year?
Well, you said it, RPI. We're looking to play the best. We're looking to play the best on the road, and we're looking to be able to compete with the best. And you can never really call yourself the best unless you actually compete with the best and see how you measure up. Yeah. I want our guys to get better. I want our players to understand the importance of every single game, whether it's non-conference or conference. And I think that our schedule is designed to do so. We can't take a midweek off. No. Florida Gulf Coast is a very, very strong program and a top RPI program over the last 5 years. Stetson had an amazing year last year. Texas Tech is a top 10 team. Florida State has a long tradition of being the best. Yeah. The University of Miami has a long tradition with national championships of being the best. So it's Houston, and we can't say enough about what it would mean for us to go to those places and compete. But it is designed for us to get better. It is designed for us to be prepared for our conference play, and our conference is very tough as it is. So we don't really have midweeks that are going to be cupcakes and that are going to be off.
Well, there's certain portions of the country where
your midweek games, your midweek schedule can be terrific each and every week. And I think, obviously, the state of Florida, you can easily schedule midweek games with FGCU, Stetson, UCF, Florida State. I mean, all over the state, there are these opportunities for midweek games. North Carolina also comes to mind. You've got UNC Wilmington, Coastal Carolina road trips. The state of Texas gives you those opportunities.
Right.
And we'll have some Texas games, right? So why not add those Power 5 matchups? Certainly a great opportunity for that. All right, your guys didn't just sit on the couch this summer and play Fortnite. Well, they might have played a little bit.
They might have played a little bit, of course.
In the club.
Right.
They were also getting things done on the field. We got to start with Austin Shinton, who goes to the best collegiate league of the Cape Cod and gets things done. Coach, he hit .522 in the playoffs, had 12 hits and 23 at-bats, including 3 dingers. All he did was go out and get named the Perfect Game Summer Collegiate Player of the Year. I know you're proud of what he's done on and off the field the past year.
Well, of course, you highlighted Austin Shinton. Austin Shinton goes to the best league, collegiate league in the summer, and all he does is not only be the MVP of the finals, but he hit .350 in the regular season. Yeah. He was battling for the batting championship crown and fell a little bit short. I think he finished 3rd. He had an amazing summer, and he did what we thought he was going to do, what we knew that he could do, but he got it done. So really happy for him, happy for his future, happy for our team, because he comes with now not only confidence of what he did last year with us, but confidence of what he did over the summer.
Yeah.
And that's important. I think that's extremely important as you head into the season, to know that you have competed against the best in the summer and that you have succeeded against the best in the summer.
Yeah. A terrific article as well recently in the Miami Herald, written by Walter V. If you haven't checked that out yet, you certainly should, about his mother's battle with breast cancer and the courage that family has gone through in the past year to move forward. You were quoted in that article. Definitely check it out on the MiamiHerald.com. Great read on Austin Shinton as he looks forward to a terrific campaign. He was a guy you didn't get as an underclassman. He didn't come in freshman year. He spent his first season in Washington, but you got him to come over after just 1 year over there, so a couple of years of eligibility, and he's contributed. He hasn't done too bad in his time at FIU.
He's done that and then some, and the leadership that he brings and the work ethic that he brings. He's not taking practices off. He's working really hard at his craft. He has gotten so much better defensively, where at the beginning it was a knock. A lot of the teams saw it, a lot of the professional teams, and they said, well, I don't know if he's going to be able to stay at third base, but he's put in a lot of work, and he's become one of the better defenders in this league. And you'll see that this year. I can talk about it, but once you see the highlight reels that he's going to put defensively, you're going to see, and we have some highlight reels of him offensively last year, right? But we're going to add some defensive stuff this year, so he's worked extremely hard for that. I'm happy for him, but I'm excited for the team.
Yeah, and that work ethic, as coach at Wareham noted that too. Those summer league games, even in the con, it get to be a grind, get to be a long schedule.
For sure.
He brought it every single day on his way to hitting .250. A couple of other returners we want to spotlight. Logan Allen, he was a freshman All-American last season, got it done on the mound, at the plate. Also spent time at first base, was 5-5, 3.89 ERA, but led the team in strikeouts on the mounds. Logan Allen, Adon Hernandez, Jose Garcia, a number of standout players for you last season. What do you see out of guys like that or other people that might have impressed you throughout the spring?
Well, you mentioned Logan Allen. Logan Allen has a pedigree. Logan Allen has been a really good ball player since he was young. He came in here, of course, with kind of a tag as Mr. Florida Baseball and USA national team member. So, he had pedigree before coming in here. But having pedigree and actually getting it done are two different things. He came in here. He hit over 300. His ERA was 3.9, as you alluded, and also led the team in strikeouts, pitching. So he got it done. He got it done on the field. Adon Fernandez was unbelievable offensively for us as a true freshman. The offensive numbers that he put, and he hit in the middle lineup, which is difficult to do as a freshman, as a young player. So a tremendous season, and Jose Garcia broke the freshman record in home runs, only his first year here. So, having those players back this year mean a lot because they do have experience, but more than anything else, they're talented, and they can get it done on the field.
I remember there was a period of time last year and each time Jose stepped up to the plate, you thought it might be leaving the yard.
Right.
And when I think of Adon's season, I think to the end of the year in Biloxi, the conference tournament, I think it was FAU. It was a tough game. He had a tough defensive play. Didn't go his way. A miscue that cost the team a run, I think. And then he stepped up to the plate in the very next inning and hit it out of the park and fired up the whole team.
He did. That center, actually.
Yeah.
That center.
The ability to move forward after what was a tough defensive play and just say, all right, I'm going to correct this right now. I thought that was some great mental resolve, and he certainly has a productive season upcoming for him. Coach, I know it wasn't the way you wanted to end last season. When you took some time to step back, evaluate, analyze the year, the team, the pieces come back, what stood out to you about last year, maybe the last 2 seasons, if it's part of the picture, as you get set for another year?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say, but I will point on something that we have been talking about is not finishing up the way that we needed to. Our conference tournament haven't gone the way that we have wanted to, and I think that we need to play better at the end of the season. I think that we have gotten our guys prepared physically for that. Coach Swayze in the weight room has done a phenomenal job with the players, getting them physically ready. So it is all designed for them to withstand the strength and to be able to play better at the end. So if I were to point something out, is we have to finish a little bit better than we have and we've had in the 2 years here. And our players need to understand the importance of that, not just to start. The start is important, but no one is really going to remember the start. Let's just be honest. Yeah. They're going to remember how you finish. So I think that we have to do a much better job finishing up ball games, finishing up the season on a good way. And we also need to keep in mind that only one team in the nation wins the last game. So we want to be the only team in the nation that wins the last game. That's the team that is called the national champion. So if you lose the last game, of course you won't be crowned the national champion, and we want to be in the talks for that. We have high goals, high expectations, and are we going to get there? It remains to be seen, but they're in sight, and we have them in our minds.
That's a great point, and it makes me remember, I think, a conversation I had with Brian O'Connor, the head coach of Virginia 2 seasons ago. They were getting set to play the #1 team in a regular season game, and he said, these games are fun, but eventually no one's going to care if we beat or lost the #1 team in the regular season. They're going to see what we did at the end of the year.
Correct.
It was almost as if the matchup against the #1 team didn't mean that much in the big scope of things, and he's exactly right. You mentioned what happens at the end of the season, but the journey to that point is certainly pretty fun and rewarding.
It is. And I can tell you, and I can probably talk in regards to that. 2 years ago, when Florida won the national championship, they actually got swept at Auburn, probably 3-4 weeks before the conference tournament. Yeah. So and they ended up winning the national championship. I'm sure that they were destroyed when they got swept, but in the long run, when we talk about the whole entire season, what really matters is the consistency of your play. Yeah. Not just one series, not just one game.
Coach, as we start wrapping things up, hard to pinpoint right now. You haven't played a single game yet, but each team, each roster has its own identity. Mm-hmm. I was talking with Coach Horner with the swim program about this right before we went on there. Is there a specific brand of baseball you think you can expect to see, or something that stood out about this team's personality that you've seen just in spring practices thus far with them that you can share?
Well, that's funny that you mentioned that, because that's probably a point of emphasis in the fall for us. Yeah. It's like, what type of team are we going to be? And I think we're going to do a couple of things. We have a little bit more speed this year than we've had in the past, which we needed to. We were very stagnant last year on the bases. And we're always going to be known for the power that we have in the middle of the lineup. But we wanted to bring a different aspect of the game, and we wanted to get a little bit more athletic. So I think we have some players that are going to bring that athleticism, that are not just going to stand at first base and hope that the next batter hits a home run or hits a double.
Yeah, which they very well might.
Right.
We practice the other day with dingers
we may do that, but there are a lot of games that you're not going to hit any home runs. So how do we score runs when we don't? And the athleticism that our staff has been able to bring onto campus is going to showcase the new brand of baseball that we're hoping to give this year. And I'm hoping that those guys will come in excited, and you can see it from day one.
We're excited to see that brand of baseball, the talent that's been infused into the program and the development of the players who have been here as well. And, they're going to look pretty good while they're playing, too. They've got some fresh uniform combos. You may have been blinded by this helmet this whole interview.
That's right.
One of the mini helmets that's been delivered to the locker room, and these guys will don throughout the course of the season. Coach, we're looking forward to Friday. We're looking forward to this season. Been a pleasure to chat with you about it. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, AJ.
We'll see you out at the ballpark. That's Coach Merv. When we come back, we'll talk about the track team, their past performances as they get set for the CUSA Indoor Championships. But we'll see you out at the ballpark this Friday. Nearly time for FIU baseball and some cafecito on the side as well. How many places can you get Cuban coffee at the ballpark?
That's right.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hey FIU Panther fans, please join us March 13th through the 16th as the Conference USA Basketball Tournament heads back to Frisco, Texas. It's a great event, both inside and outside the arena, so plan to be there and cheer us on.
We are stronger together.
We push our teams to excel.
In the classroom,
On the court,
In the community,
Together, we are committed and uplifting.
strong and uplifting.
We are building the next generation.
A generation with integrity.
And we are doing it our way.
Supporting one another.
Working towards the same vision, stronger together.
this is the CUSA way.
Trajan Jacob, shooting guard at Florida National University from Houston, Texas. Fell in love with the game from my older brother and my older sister. They're always my role models, my idols. What makes me, Trajan Jacob, like to shoot the basketball, score the basketball in a variety of different ways. I look to leave my mark while setting the scoring record again. I broke it last year with 38 points. I'm just trying to get my name on the wall and make them remember me, and hopefully one day they can retire my jersey. Coach of the team, we're running gun style, but also, we're a very big family, and we try to incorporate that in everything we do, regardless if it's on the court or even off the court. So all the FIU fans, make sure y'all show up. This year's going to be a show. We're going to put some points on the board and have fun.
Hey Panther fans, please join us March 13th through the 16th as the CUSA basketball tournament heads back to Frisco, Texas. It's an unbelievable event, both inside and outside the arena. Please come and join us and cheer us on.
I'm Antonio Day, freshman at Florida International University from Durham, North Carolina. What excites me the most about the game of basketball, just the intensity of it and how it's a team effort and just the passion I have for the game. What does it mean to me to be a part of the FIU basketball program? It means a lot because Coach Ballard and the rest of the staff put trust in me. I just really enjoy the family vibe that we have here. I just look forward to having a winning season, just learning the ropes from the older guys and just doing what I can to help my team win this year. What type of person I want to leave here at FIU? I just want to be one of the greatest players to come through this program and have my jersey someday retire on the walls with some of the other greats.
We're a university founded on the side of an airport, reaching new heights. It's in our DNA. And since then, we've dedicated ourselves to solving the big problems facing our community and the world. We believe that crazy startup idea isn't so crazy, that families without health care shouldn't have to go it alone. We believe we can be better prepared for the next hurricane, and that our coral reefs can be saved. And that's because, above all else, we believe in you.
I'm Devon Andrews, small forward at FIU. I'm from Lorain, Ohio. What got me in the game of basketball is my brothers and my mom, my family just pushing me to go forward. And I just keep it going to give my mom a better home. The thing I enjoy the most about the sport is getting buckets and talking my talk. My experience with Coach Ballard is great. I love Coach Ballard. Probably one of the best coaching staff I've been at. He's like family. What I want to achieve in my career while I'm here is I want to get a good dunk in the game. I also want to have one of the high scoring records here. Yeah, shout out to the FIU fans. Y'all bring energy to the game and hope to see you guys there. It's going to be a show.
We are stronger together. We push our teams to excel.
In the classroom,
on the court,
in the community.
Together we are committed and uplifting.
strong and authentic.
We are building the next generation.
A generation with integrity.
And we're doing it our way.
Supporting one another.
Working towards the same vision.
Stronger together.
This is the CUSA way.
All right, a little programming audible. We're going to chat with Coach Hebb and the track team next week after their return from the Conference USA Championships. Heading up to Birmingham this weekend. Clarissa Cutliff and a number of athletes look to continue their strong season. Cutliff in the high jump. She hasn't lost this season. 3 competitions, 3 wins. So we'll chat with Coach Hebb, hopefully after a number of first place finishes, podium finishes for the indoor track team as they look to continue their impressive indoor season. This has been Panther Talk Live with baseball and swim and dive. Fun time of the year. Thanks for joining us. I'm AJ Ricketts. We'll see you soon.